It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Gekishin Squadra video. I just recorded with Holified saying the predictions that we have for the characters that are dropping for the anniversary. And then right now we are going to be talking about the characters that we would like to be adjusted for the anniversary. So like the big anniversary patch. I actually don't remember if you recall, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up really quickly. But do you remember when they did the like huge patch? I think it was like right before anniversary or during the anniversary that they just changed like 20 characters.
Wait, they changed stuff in the anniversary. That's the future.
Oh, sorry, the half anniversary. Yeah, the half anniversary. Was it this one?
You're releasing
yeah,
the
here we
patch
go.
details in early access.
But yeah, like with this, I feel like we could see another thing of like this happening during the anniversary, where it's like just every single character is adjusted, you know, even if it is mostly just like small buffs here and like small adjustments there, with some characters actually going ahead and getting bigger adjustments every now and then. Like Super Saiyan Vegeta got like a pretty big adjustment with his abilities all around, but then somebody like Super Saiyan Goku, for example, only got like an extension of his Kaioken, right? I think we could see something like this again for the anniversary.
I agree. I feel like we're going to see a lot more buffs. I don't think we're going to see that many nerfs, even though I feel like some of the characters might still need it. God, Goku. But
I mean, yeah. If the thing is, right, is I would think that the Squadra World Champions, like a couple of them, like Annie, I know Abe has talked about it a couple of times as well. They have outright said that like they are going to try and like talk to the producers while they are there during the Squadra Blast World Champions championship, and they are going to try and talk about some of the issues that they have with the game, right? So things like chip damage and things like God Goku being too OP and things like like what was like another
Bardock.
big one? Bardock as
Bardock's
well.
a little overpowered.
Right.
No, to be fair, I still myself love Cleefla. Like, I know how OP Bardock is, but I don't know. So about Cleefla, I have so much fun with. But yeah, Bardock needs some changes as well.
Yeah.
Like
we can go ahead and just like hop into the characters that we would like to be adjusted though. But let's just start off with the obvious. Let's just go right into it with Bardock. I think that it's funny because overall, this character, after he got adjusted, his skills are really balanced, I would say. His super attack is annoying, but the thing is that like it's not insanely annoying until it's late game. The damage that it does early game is pretty decent, but I think that it doesn't. If you talk to like any Bardock player, they're always leveling up the super attack like last, basically. They're always getting the other skills first, right? And again, it's like the Wild Roar, having it where it's only for a second now rather than like the 13 seconds that it is when it was when Bardock was announced. It made it a little bit more fair. The skill 3, I think, has always just been like a very skill sort of or a skillful skill, I should say, where it's a little bit hard to control, and on top of that, you have to build up the movement speed down, you have to build up the stun in order for it to actually do anything other than like a 0.1 second stun. The skill 1 doesn't really do as much damage anymore. I think the knockback was also decreased as well. The damage of it just doesn't really do that much anymore. It's just as passive. It's just as passive. Whoops.
I'm going to say that I know we're gonna probably talk about him later, but I kind of want them to move some of Bardock's passive over to Jiren. Like, I would like if Jiren didn't instantly lose his gauge as soon as someone moved 2 steps away from him because they fell over a tiny rock. Like, I would like if they did like the deplete like it does for Bardock.
Right.
But obviously, to make it less overpowered, maybe either make it deplete faster or maybe deplete in like percentages rather than be 100% for Jiren, like from 1 to 0. Maybe do like 25, 50, 75, 20, 50, 25. And I feel like the gradually depletes on Bardock needs to be a little bit faster as well. I feel like he keeps it for too long. So yeah, I do feel like Bardock's passive does need changing a lot.
I've talked about it with a couple other people, and I would personally want to see one of two things happen. Either make it where this does not happen anymore, the gauge not depleting unless you're specifically not taking damage. Like, just make it where that doesn't happen, right? So like the gauge builds up, it reaches max, and then it's like Goku or Gogeta, where like it just slowly depletes no matter what. And then afterwards, there's like maybe like a couple of seconds where you can't have the like passive up again, right? Or even if it has to build it back up again, sure, right? But don't make it where it can just be a free thing if you specifically are just getting attacked, because it's not skill at that point. You're just taking damage and then just taking no damage because of the fact that you're getting beaten up, right? That's not fair.
Yeah,
it's not a thing that is like, well, again, it's just not a fair mechanic, right? So at the very minimum, if he had it where it's like, okay, the gauge is building up, boom, it's filled, and then it has to go back to the start, then it makes it where like, okay, the amount of damage reduction that he had is not as big of a deal anymore, because the gauge is like gone in a couple of seconds, right? And I think that would be at least a little bit more fair, or just to do an overall.
Bardock boy, by the way, so it's coming from me who loves Bardock as a character in the show, and I just feel like he doesn't need to be this overpowered. And as someone who comes in here wishing Bardock was the best because I love him, it just
wait, hold on, give me 1 second.
But yeah, as a fan of Bardock, I don't know why they have that issue. But yeah, I love Bardock, but he doesn't need to be overpowered. Like, as a fanboy, he still needs nerfs, and that hurts me kind of.
But yeah, like, again, if they don't want to adjust and change how his gauge works, just make it where his damage reduction isn't as high, right? Like, the thing is, a lot of people have been pointing fingers at Dende and being like, this supporter should be taken out back and put down like a dog. And it's like, he only makes Bardock look insane, right? Like, the other tanks, they could look very good when you pair them with Dende, right? Like, I'm not going to say like, oh, well, that's just not how it is, right? But the thing is that Dende is like 20 times better with Bardock than any other character because of the fact that Bardock has such a high damage reduction. If you can put down you could put down Dende when you're using like something like Gogeta or Super Saiyan Vegeta, or these characters that like can build up armor and do things like that, right? And they could look very good and they could be kind of unkillable, but it's 100% not to the point of Bardock. So I think a lot of the hatred for Dende is all because of Bardock, right? It's kind of like how it's kind of like how people just don't like
the previous season.
Yeah, it's like Tao, exactly, where it's like, well, do people hate Tao because Tao is broken, or is it because they make this one character look already more broken as well? Because it was the same thing with Tao with Bardock. You would literally just go in, do as much chips as you can, and then Tao out with Bardock, and you won that interaction no matter what because of it, right? Now that was before like chip damage became as bad as it is now. But like, again, I think if they want to nerf if they want to nerf Dende and then give him like an additional 15-30 second cooldown, that's fine. But like, take all the Dende nerfs and double it and give it to Bardock. Like that's all it needs. And I feel like it wouldn't need as much of a nerf, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Speaking of tanks, though, we can go ahead and talk about the next one. 57% win rate. But as a heads up, though, this is the pick rate and win rate data from before the Bulma nerfs and all that happened, like before all of this happened, because the development team was on vacation, so we weren't able to get the newest win rates and pick rates, unfortunately. Either way, though, and I don't think this is going to change.
By the way, I'm going to guess. Sorry. I'm gonna guess that the win rates are probably gonna be at the Squadra Blast. I'm gonna guess that they're gonna have them there.
Oh, for sure.
They're probably
they
gonna
always do.
Yeah.
And that's at least separated by regions. Our data is at least a little bit different because it's just all regions together.
Yeah, ours are all regions.
But yeah, I have heard like a couple of ideas for this character in what people would want them to nerf in order for her to be more balanced. I think that the speed of the car needs to be nerfed. I think that the capsule shelter also specifically needs to be nerfed, where that you can't like put it on. I feel like we could go to the point of saying you should not be able to put this on enemy towers. Like it's just.
I agree, and I don't know, because then that would kind of ruin some of the point of the capsule shower. Like I just feel a bit weird that you can put it everywhere, but not this one specific circle. If I was gonna do it, I would make it so they received tons of chip damage, like that make it basically like you can't do it. Like, don't actually make it that you can't do it, but take so much damage over time that basically there's no point.
Oh, like it takes 2 times as much, or it drains the health 2 times as fast if it's under.
Yeah, at least 2 times. Just make it drain so much health that like you put it down and it's basically gone by the time you've driven into it. Like,
you know, that's fine too. Because like the thing is, right, is when they did the nerfs, they didn't target what made this character broken. I don't think that the capsule shelter is like obviously a bit annoying, but like the other skills are just like whatever, right? Like the skill 1, the movement speed down, could definitely affect a lot. The skill 2, pushing people back, and you know, at least a little bit of be annoying, right? The super attack again is kind of like the Bardock skill 3, where it's a bit of a skill shot in a sense, but it's the passive. It's just the passive. The fact that you can get into and get out of situations, like it's so stupid. It doesn't matter if when they did the nerf for, let's see, when they did the last nerf for her, they only adjusted. No, this is the other one. This is how you know that this character is broken, is because they've had a nerf for like 20 times. Where is it this one? Which is the one that like changed her? Okay, here we go. They only changed the rate at which the fuel replenished, and they made it like a 4th worse, right? But to me,
also it's only outside of combat, by the way. It doesn't change inside combat. So
SMH. But yeah, like that's the thing, is that like, to me, the thing that made her broken was never the skills, in a sense. It was always just her stupid hover car, because you would be able to get out of any situation for free, and it became a thing of like, the only way to stop this character from getting out of a situation for free was if you just stunned them for like 3 seconds plus and had every single person on your team focus on specifically killing the Bulma. Other than that, it was like you hold F,
I mean,
or whatever
Vegeta could be a good counter in a way, right? Sorry. Vegeta could, if they changed him right, could be a good counter with the pull-in. Same with Bardock, depending on the changes. But yeah, the downside, like, I know you talk about how fast she can move and how she can escape, but the problem is that's kind of the character. So if you nerf that too much, you're going to ruin the actual characters, like, why they exist. And it'd be a bit weird for, I don't know. It's really hard for them to balance this properly, because like, if you remove some of the speed or the recharge, you're just removing the whole reason of this character, which you could argue is toxic, but it's why they exist.
Mm-hmm. I just like, I get it, and I understand where you're coming from. To me, it's more so just a thing of like, a tank being this way should not be as free as it is, you know? Like, if the fuel was cut in half and the speed was maybe like a 4th as fast, right? Bulma would still be able to get out of a situation for free, but it would mean that she couldn't get into the situation and out of the situation for free. And I think that it shouldn't be both ways, where it's like Bulma goes in and boom, she's defending tower, and then like boom, she's going immediately to boss in like 2 seconds, and then she has enough fuel to come back afterwards, like to go defend tower. Like it shouldn't be that easy. And like I said, I understand what you're saying of like, oh, you don't want to have it where the character is nerfed to the point of unusability. I think
because
no
they're
matter
already
what,
kind of squishy,
right?
Like so like as I said, it's just difficult working out how to balance, because the overall character just is designed to be that toxic, and like, yeah.
I get it. I get what you mean. So then, yeah, remove her from the game.
But I love Bulma. Well, actually, no, she screwed me over. Like, I nearly did 100 gold capsules to get her to her finisher attack, because I really wanted it, because I thought it was cute, and I did not get it. All I got was Broly's legendary 4 times. I had 5,000 EX tokens.
Right.
And I'd spent 1,000 before that. So, no, you know what? Fine, delete her, because she didn't give me her finisher attack that I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, like, again, this is the old pick rate data, but the thing is, right, is I don't think this is going to change too much. And even so, remember, this is better than Prime Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We used to see Super Saiyan 3 Goku every single match during Skill 1 boost last season, right? This is better than that. So clearly there needs to be something that changes with this character, because why? They have too high of a win rate for them not to be like that. And it's insane, because Bardock, who I think is the better character, still has the worst win rate out of the 2 characters. And it's literally just because this is a stupid fucking character that can get out of every situation for free. Like it's dumb versus dumber as over here. We did see Trunks nerfs. I don't think Trunks needs to be nerfed. Kefla is fine. Bojack is kind of like the healing attack warrior. You don't really play him unless it's specifically healing attack. Like where is he even on this pick list?
He's around 2.23%, just under Goku Youth.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like people aren't going out of their way to play him. It's basically just healing attack that you're picking this guy.
Yeah.
First one, Frieza doesn't need a nerf. Daima Goku is also fine too. If anything, I would say Daima Goku needs a whole bit of a buff.
I agree. I still feel like his Kamehameha is kind of useless at times. I just don't. I know.
No.
I would buff his. I would buff his Kamehameha, but that's just me.
This is Daima Goku, not Kid
Goku. That's Daima. Okay, never mind. I would still buff
Goku
him
doesn't
anyway,
need a nerf.
because
sorry, Kid Goku doesn't need a buff though.
Yeah.
Like
he
also is his skill one is really useless. But if we check the bottom characters though, Kid Gohan I think needs a big buff. Give him his defense down back on the skill 30. Give him his defense down back. I have no clue why they nerfed Gammas, and then they just never touched them again when the Gammas are like one of the least played characters, and on top of being one of the least played characters, they just like are really, really bad right now. Baby, they
my also favorite character.
They just need to adjust them in some way too.
You skipped over my favorite character, who's also a bottom player right now.
Fierce?
Fat Boo.
Oh. Yeah.
That's 0.65%. Like, I don't know how they would buff him, because I still feel like he's really good. It's just people don't like to play him. But he is actually still one of my favorite technicals to play. Even though he's not that good right now, just because, well, I don't know, I just love Fat Boo. Like, I mean, I don't know what I would do.
Skill 2 boost doesn't like help this guy. And then like healing attack kind of like erases the whole point of this character. Can
we get like a damage up while healing or something? Just imagine if he gave a defense boost with his healing ray, like something, or even just give him more of a. Can I get an actual passive, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say like just change this entire thing. His passive is one of the most pointless things I've ever seen. Just change it on this. And then maybe make it where like during skill 2, like you just can't be stunned. I think.
Oh, that's yeah.
Maybe like, not that. Maybe not that broken, but like.
So, no, make him broken. And then, you know, make him broken for like 3 weeks like they did Krillin, and then you can nerf him again. Just give me my time, okay?
That's fair. You know what? Make. Well, actually, no, because the thing is that like if Fat Boo is broken, then like it just becomes a game of who can heal better. Like I don't know if we should go that
was
far.
such a. By the way, I S ranked that. That was the season I S ranked. You know when everyone was when the Fat Boo got buffed with the healing. Oh my god! Where it was just like every match was Fat Boo's because it was just heal wars. Like nobody was dying. It was just like who can heal the most.
Right.
Bad times, but I loved it.
I think a lot of these bottom win rate characters also just need to be adjusted for like buffs. Like Beerus, he's finally been adjusted. So, well, the thing is like this was I think this was before the patch that like fixed him. Either way, change his ultimate. Make it where it can only hit bosses or enemy heroes, because it's very stupid that it could target minions, and it's very stupid that it could target like Kid Buu drops, right? Like they just need to make it where his
that's
ultimate
the main
can
issue.
Only hit that.
Like the main issue, I wouldn't even say the minions are a huge issue. It's annoying, but the minions are normally farmed out anyway a lot of the times. But it's mainly the Kid Buu stuff that's the real pain in the bum. Like, so, yeah.
What would we change about Baby? Because Baby has like been consistently the worst picked character of all time, or worst.
I don't know
win rate character.
It's still decent. I don't. The problem is I don't really play Baby. Like if I play Tagam Khalifa normally, but Baby with Toppo was insane. Like that was the crazy combo. Before the Toppo nerfs when he healed so much with his spins. Baby plus Toppo was you couldn't really die. And he has some really good skills already. Like a lot of his skills are already pretty decent. It's just that nobody seems to want to play as him. I guess because while you're playing as him, technically you're down the player because you're possessing the player. And again, I feel like the same issue with the Gammas where it's kind of a skill check because the fact that like once you have to have a basic understanding of every character if you want to be good with Baby, because the fact that you when you kill an enemy, you possess them. So you're going to have their skill kit. So again, it's not a huge, I'm not saying it's like a massive skill because you only got a few seconds or a bit of time with the other character, but there is definitely a bit of a skill ceiling with Baby that a lot of the other tanks don't have.
I want to see. I think his skill 3 is completely fine. It does enough healing. It does enough like lowering of your movement speed. Like you can get free kills with this, right? It's just the team fights that this character I feel like really suffers in. And also like the best tanks right now are just tanks who could do chip damage, and Baby dies like instantly. So yeah, what I would probably want to see is give this both defenses up. Just give this overall defense up. So that way he just can't take damage as easily, right? Because I think once Baby has like the possession, he's fine, right? Maybe make this the Revenge Blast. Have it where it's like, see, I've had a couple people tell me that they want this to be like a frame 1 thing, that it's like literally impossible for you, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, where you literally just can't get out of the super attack. I don't know if I would go that far. Maybe having it where it's just faster though in general would be fine. But to me, the possession is like insanely hard to get, because if you're getting a kill, you're usually not basic attacking, right? So having it where one of these skills would give you the possession, I think would be a lot better. Like imagine you are using your skill 3 and you kill someone with your cover fire, and because you killed them, you immediately possess the person. I think that would be pretty interesting.
That'd be good. And going back to the super attack, I feel like, I know it says it does more damage. The damage skill will increase the next time it's used. I would personally add the lower your health, the more damage it does as well. Because it's revenge blast. You're revenging. And what more says revenge than low health? Like, it doesn't even have to increase it by that much, but just give an additional effect for having low HP because you're getting revenge.
The thing is, Baby is a character who can I don't think it's infinite, right? but like you scale based off of how many people you hit. So like if you get a decent amount of stacks on this and then you do that, it already does like a decent amount of damage anyways. What I would probably like to see is have it where it's like, okay, this is the base like armor, but then like how you said, the lower your HP is, the more additional HP you also get per target.
I would take that. That'd be good. Like anything that like uses the revenge name of the mechanic. Like he's angry. Yeah.
Maybe even he just like gets like a boost of damage afterwards. Like you, or what if he used his ultimate and the lower your HP is, the more that your skills get like cooldown reduction. So like let's say that you're at half HP, you're at half HP, you use your ultimate and like your possession gets its cooldown reduced by like 50%. So then it gives you more time to fight because you have the additional HP, and then you immediately just hop back into your ally because you just popped your super attack. That would be pretty cool as well. It's either way, something needs to happen. Like Baby just is again, he's consistently on the lower end of the like win rates every single time. It's either him, it was Krillin, and it was like a tie between Kid Gohan. It was a tie between all three. Kid Gohan is now 4% higher than this guy. Like that's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know, but seeing Super Vegeta so low, I don't know why, because I feel like for Super Vegeta was probably one of the most balanced characters out there to play. I feel like he wasn't that bad. So I also don't see why they nerfed him, because they nerfed him recently, right?
They adjusted. They gave like him a little bit of an adjustment, I believe. Honestly, just make his shields last longer. I think that would help out a lot. Is if his shields just like it just wasn't like 2 or 3 seconds, right? I think it's like in the same situation where F-17, where if his shields lasted longer, then people would be able to notice how good they are, right? Cooler though, oh my god, this is also just like another character I feel like needs an entire kind of like revamp of his kit, because he has one of the best super attacks in the game of just pulling people in towards and making it where like they literally just can't get out once retaliation is activated. Like it's just impossible. You just can't get out if Cooler decides you cannot get out, right? But the thing is that getting to that point is
some
like,
other attacks.
Getting to that point is horrible. Minatos has brought up the idea of having it where it's the Imperial Retaliation. If you have this activated, you get like damage reduction. So you have, let's say 50% damage reduction when you have retaliation. Until you obviously use it, then you don't have that damage reduction anymore.
I mean, it makes sense because Cooler in the show literally flew through a Kamehameha and took no damage. Like he was really tanky in the movie. Right.
So, because I don't think like let's say let's go to like a dreamland, I guess you could say, and have it where the retaliation on every single skill is like 1 second. Right, like every single skill will give you like 1 second of immunity, right? Because I think right now it's like 0.6 seconds for most of the stuff. There's like 0.4 second one, but let's just say that all of them are 1 second. The issue with the meta and how it's like adjusted a lot at this point is here. Let me just pull it up like this. A lot of the damage characters are no longer damage characters that are single hit. So Super Saiyan Goku, his skill 2 was like a single hit, and then like Kamehameha was like one of the longer hits, but like Spirit Bomb is 1 hit. Trunks, most of his moves are just like 1-hit moves. Piccolo, his skill 1 is a 1-hit move. His special beam is a 1-hit move. Android 18, it's the same thing with the ultimate. It's a thing that only hits you once. Deborah was like another multi-hit. Daima Goku is another single hit. Oh no, sorry, not Uba isn't a single hit, but I guess for his ultimate it is. But my point is that the meta has since shifted since the characters come out. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is beaming you down for 3,000 times, right? Dragon Fist is beaming you down 3,000 times. Toppo is a character who's hitting you again multiple times over and over again. Broly is a person who's hitting you a billion times. Super Vegito is a person who's spamming skills and hitting you a billion times. Kefla, Ultimate, hitting you a billion times, and just the regular skills in general. God Goku with his piss beams is beaming you down. Like,
his zero range on the website. The website says he has no range.
This is actually insane though. I want to talk to the guy who did this. Let me talk to him.
Maybe the range was so high it crashed and went back to 0 again. You know, it just hit the.
Like how is Piccolo 0 range as well? Who the hell has like long range? What the fuck?
Everyone's favorite long range character, first form Frieza.
Debord? Oh my god, dude! No, we're out. I can't. I'm not talking about that anymore. But cooler, right? Even if we gave him like what the fuck? Even if we gave him like an infinite range, or sorry, an infinite or like a 1 second for all of his skills, the issue is not the fact that his retaliation is not long enough. The issue is that he just doesn't have enough defense. So one, I'm okay with like what Minato said, where it's like, okay, you get damage reduction based off of what your retaliation, like if it's active right now. What I would also like to see though is like having it where every single skill gives you like a little bit of defense, right? So like skill 1 gives you like 10 defense, 10 defense, 10 defense, right? Then once you level it up, 20 defense, 20 defense, 20 defense. And then once you level it up, 30, 30, 30, right? So that way he gets extra defense for like 2 or 3 seconds after you use the skill. So if you do miss the retaliation, or sorry, not the retaliation. If you do miss the invincibility frames from using your skills, you still have the defense afterwards that will help you with tanking. Either one would be fine though. Like if they just want to make it where it's retaliation and then he has like 50% damage reduction, that would also be fine. Or anything, honestly. Like he just needs something. Like it's just not. He's his meta that he was born for is dead. It's just gone. It's no longer here.
I agree. I would love to see him get some changes like that. Like, cool is a cool, yeah, cool, yeah. Especially if, you know, we'll see with the anniversary. But yeah, it'd be nice to see some of those changes. Minato came up with a good idea there.
We were talking about Super Vegito. Piccolo, I think, just needs. What would Piccolo need?
Piccolo's fine, really. I don't think Piccolo's that bad right now.
I think I just want
change Demon Whip, maybe?
His Demon Whip.
Yeah.
I personally don't like it that it's an enemy. I think take it away from it pulling towards an enemy. Because then you would be able to like Demon Whip away from people. Like they couldn't get in between you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it says enemy, ally, hero, or wall. So I guess you still can. So that wouldn't be much of a check. That'd be just nerfing it if you got rid of the enemy. Well, it's enemy, hero, enemy, ally, hero, wall.
Well,
and you're targeting it.
To me, when like if an enemy goes through and like there's a person behind me and there's a person in front of me, I can't use my Demon Whip to get out because it's just gonna target one of the enemies.
I guess
that or have it where it's like change it where it's like Ultimate Gohan. Because remember when Ultimate Gohan had it where it's specifically locked on, and then they made it where it changed where you have to like skill hold onto it now. Where you have to decide where you want to go. Just do that with Piccolo as well.
Yeah, I would do that change.
So like it could still grab onto the enemy, but like you have to specifically target that person.
So as a controller player, that can still be a pain in the bum sometimes. I will say that. But yeah, I agree.
We don't think about you, buddy.
I know because...
I'm kidding.
Nah, I'm going to sit here with my controller set up and get frustrated when I'm fighting Nappa and then there's a minion to the side of him and then the game's like, no, you're going to hit that instead. And I'm like, but no, I'm fighting Nappa. It's right there. Please.
Toppo. I think Toppo is mostly fine, honestly, to me. I guess if we're talking about like how I was talking about before, where it's like, oh, like 1,000 nerfs, 1,000 buffs, what I would want to see changed is where did they nerf Toppo? Right here. They made it where his healing went from 80% to 60%, and I feel like this was like a massive difference. Maybe just go in between, just go like 70%. I think that would be better for me.
But the issue with that is, I know it sounds weird, but then you've run into the issue with, because baby makes him really good. I think even taking it to 70% would be too much. I don't think. But I guess, but I just, because you're not always going to get babies, especially with solo queue. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But I guess, yeah, 70%. Or I would just give it some sort of other ability, but that's just me. Like, to add on top of it, like. But yeah, I don't know what I would change.
Krillin adjusts his cooldowns on skill 1. That's it. Just make it where his because they made it where Krillin lost his, it explodes, but then they made it where it's 8 seconds instead of 6 seconds. I think just go back to 6 seconds. Personally.
Yeah, we're back to 6 seconds. I enjoyed the overpowered Krillin, but that's because I love to Krillin. But that's just me. But I understand why it needed nerfs.
Right. Like hell, if they really want to be stingy, just give him 7 seconds of cooldowns. Like I don't think it needs to be 8. Like I think 8's a little too high.
Could they maybe add it sounds weird, but maybe add, like, keep it as it is, but then give it like a little bit of a cooldown reduction if it actually blows up on an enemy hero.
I mean, like he kind of has that right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he has his passive specifically. It immediately lowers the cooldown on your skills if you mark an enemy, and his skill 1 made it where it marks enemies.
Okay. Okay, kind of already has. Okay. Well, then I would just do what you do then. What you said.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kill God Goku. Just take it. Also take him out of the game. Where is he?
Please.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because like,
just nerf him to the ground.
I think
really, to be fair, you just need to nerf his dragon boost. And maybe his passive as well. Dragon Heart, sorry. I think Godfinger on its own isn't that good. Like, it's good, but like not until late game, and it's only because it stacks with everything else. Like, if you nerf everything else, I feel like Godfinger itself would be nerfed by default. If everything else gets nerfed, Godshot would also be it'll still be annoying, but I feel like if you Red Fury and Dragon Hearts, if you nerf both of those to the ground, then by default, Shoot would also kind of be nerfed.
What I think needs to happen is take this out. What is it? This. Take this specifically part out, because you shouldn't be able to just go infinitely if you have your passive up. It's very stupid. And
that's what I said. If you nerf the passive, you'll be nerfing that.
Right. Well, I specifically wanted to make it where, like, because he gets cooldown reductions, right? He gets the cooldown reduction when he already has it applied. So to have it where it already applies that, right? And then immediately having it where you can then just use the beam forever is really stupid, because you're already going to be able to use the beam forever because of Elder Kai. So it's just making it where like the skill 2 is just never stopping, right? Also just nerf the super attack damage, I think. Like it's either a thing that like the range needs to be gutted, like I'm talking like 50% of the range is gone for every single level, or they need to nerf the damage, because it's very, very stupid that he could just protect towers but then also use his secure on boss. Like very, very dumb.
See, I would keep the range, because that's the whole point of the kit, like with Bulma. Like, that's the whole point of the super attack. But I would butcher the attack, and I would butcher the AoE, like, not the range of, unless you're talking about the range of the AoE, like Like I would butcher how much where it hits. I wouldn't butcher where he can aim at, but I'd butcher how much the actual Kamehameha as a radius hits. I would lower that like by a lot. Like I'd reduce it by like 25-30%. So it's like a focus beam.
Right. Buff Gogeta. Give him a slightly faster regeneration with his gauge, methinks. I think he needs to just build up armor a little bit faster. I think they adjusted it a little bit too much to the point where he doesn't really get the armor back as fast as I would like it to be. Because to me, he's not really doing a lot of damage. He's just supposed to be like an unkillable tank in a sense. You're kind of just like pulling people and then lowering their attack and then keeping them there and then using your super attack and all that stuff. Then again, like the annoying thing with Gogeta is that like if he's broken, then he's like absurd and dumb and stupid, right? But
yeah, he's very close to Bardock when it comes to like how he could be if he's buffed too much.
Right. Because the thing is, right, is that what builds up the gauge is mostly just his skills. Like the basic attack just builds it up too slowly, right? So to me, when you're having to basically use all of that and then you're getting your skills back, but you're basically keeping it for like the next time that you build up your gauge again. Like you're not spending all of your skills again. Like you have to like be a little bit thoughtful about it. I would, again, at the bare minimum, like it where Red Fury just had a little bit of a faster regeneration, just so that way it gives more usage to like, I'm in Red Fury, I'm not as killable as before. Because even with Dende, I feel like it's most of the time with Dende, you put it down so that way you could build up your Red Fury, and then your Red Fury is protecting you from that. But like his skills are mostly just fine. Maybe a little bit of a nerf on the super attack. Like I think that keeping the enemy in such a long stun, like you're going in, you're doing the super attack, right? And then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds of stun, give or take. Like have it where you only get stunned for like half a second after the final hit. I don't think it needs to be as much of a stun as it is right now. Because again, I don't want this guy to be too broken to the point where everyone's like, oh, he's the new Bardock, kill him. Like I just want him to be back to being fun again.
I think that'll be a while. No matter, even if they buffed him to make him as overpowered as Bardock, people are just so sick of Bardock at this point. And I think that even if they made him the god of the game,
yeah,
that people would, it'd be about half a season before people get really frustrated. And then people would. But yeah, people are just sick of Bardock after so long.
Right. Revert the hit changes, by the way. And I think that's about it.
Nerf hit more. I hate him.
You know, I'm on your side, but the thing is that like, okay, I was there for the first hit nerf, and I was big smile on my face. Then the second one came in, and I was like, all right, you know, now I don't have to see him anymore. And then the third one came, and then the fourth one came, and then the fifth one, and then the sixth one. And I was like, okay, hold on. We're going a little too much. Like the only thing I can think of,
okay.
The only thing I could think of is that like Toshi got his ass fucking whooped on his like ult account when he was playing, and then like ran into a hit and just got his belt fucking put on his ass, dude. Because there is no reason why they
hate hit.
I hate it too, but like at the same time, it's a thing of like, dude, why was he? We're talking about the characters with the highest win rates right now. We're talking about Trunks. We're talking about Kefla. We're talking about Bulma. Hit is 10 tiers below him, and he's not even played as much anymore. And they said, fuck Hit, dude. Don't you ever try to be like invisible again. You will literally have the smallest buff to early game and the biggest nerf to late game. Go fuck yourself. Like what did he do? What did he do?
All I know is I'm broke, but I'm gonna slip Toshi another $5. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I get it. I can't even complain, dude. You know what? I'll be there for it.
And I joke, but seriously though, I don't think he needs another nerf. I would love to see some buffs for Hit. I personally dislike him, and as you said, I just find him really frustrating to play against sometimes. But that's the whole point of the character. So yeah, I don't know what I would do, but I guess I would buff here, even though I feel feel a bit sick about that.
For Gammas, what would you say that they should change? I think like the special pose needs to change back. I genuinely do not know why they nerfed it, the range on it. Same thing with skill 2, because I think they adjusted the range on the skill 2 as well. But the thing is, again, like they're not like busted or broken or anything like that. Like just go back to what it was, right? I will say,
I'll be honest, I have no real experience with the Gammas. Like I think that this is where I'm going to be like, my experience is kind of a casual gamer when it comes to this game, even though I'm a content creator. Like, Gammas themselves, because they're a tag and because of the mechanics of swapping and the healing and making sure you got your other character back, it puts me off playing them. So I feel like no matter what they're going to do with the Gammas, even if they made them busted, they would have to make them so busted that like it's game breaking for people to feel like that the skill ceiling is just so high from having a tag character. And that's as much as I would love to see more tag characters in the future, I that's my main worry about it. Like, I know they lose the tag eventually because of the other super attack, but like,
it's literally just like once. It's just like a once thing. But I was gonna say that I've noticed that like every single other character at this point all has like some sort of debuff, even if it's like a soft debuff, right? Like it's not a stun, it's just like attack lowering, defense lowering, burns and all that. I think that's what Gammas just need to be relevant again. These are a character that just have nothing. The skill 1 does explosions, but that's about it. It's just extra damage. The skill 2 does the same exact thing. It's just giving yourself extra HP. The skill 3 is just like a decent damaging move, but it does nothing. The special pose doesn't stagger anymore. It literally just makes it where the character is immune. The core breaker is one of the hardest hitting ultimates in the game, but it's something that can only be done once. So, and it also technically nerfs yourself because you lose that extra HP in the gamma, right? But like
could they add maybe a movement speed down? Sorry, could they add maybe a movement speed down to the gun, like to add something to the gun effect?
Yeah, because the skill 2 gives you extra HP, and then like the skill 1 is just mostly just used as like a swap between the other gamma to at least just spread the damage out a little bit. So yeah, I think having it where like it's either movement speed down or just like a small amount of defense down would be pretty good, I would say. Because again, like every single other person has like some sort of debuff at this point because they're just a DPS, right? Like just give them something as well. I think that's about it though. Oh yeah, Goku Black. Make it where like like this is a little bit of a tough one, because on one hand I think that he's like somewhat balanced, but on the other hand he's like far and away better than every other technical in the game.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like he's that good when you're with a team. Like if you're solo queue, he definitely feels like he feels above the other characters, but nowhere near like if you're in a pre-made.
Right.
Like,
I guess
you have to be kind of skillful with the grab. Like,
right. The thing I would probably want to be adjusted the most is probably just the amount of HP that you lose when you get hit by this. Like, the damage is nothing, right? Like the max ult, and then like look at when like Goku's HP, like when it restores back, right? Like it's one of the lower damaging ultimates, despite it being seeming like a bigger one just because of the amount of HP that you lose, right? I would say just make it where you just don't lose as much HP as you do when you get hit by the black power ball. Like it's
we're going into the solo queue versus
HP.
pre-med queue there though, because in solo queue, even if you can lower them down to no health, there's a huge chance they're just not going to attack the target anyway, even though it's right in front of them and they've got like 2% health bar left.
That's a teammate issue.
Like,
that's not a character issue.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just saying like that's the problem though. Like if you nerf him too much with that, currently is really good for pre-mates because of that reason.
Yeah.
So,
Final form Frieza should also be nerfed too, I feel like, by the way.
And be fixed.
I feel like
I know they fixed it, but come on. That took so long.
I know, right? He flies a lot under the radar though. I feel like, because everyone always looks at the newest technical and it's Goku Black, right? Like everyone's playing him versus Final Form Frieza, but I feel like people just don't really understand how broken that this guy is, right? Like the skill 2 being adjusted so that way it's not worthless anymore. Like it actually can come out faster and has like such a long range, makes it where he's so good, right? And on top of that, the rocks, it just makes it where you can't escape. Like the rocks are just so broken too, because you have to basically use an entire skill to get out, and that's if you even have enough time before you die.
And I would say the rocks are a really good way to early claim the Supreme Kai, like the Kais.
Yep.
It's a really good way to like frustrate enemies.
Yep. Like the only thing I think is
even
balanced is just
if his beam attack's actually insane too. The damage and how fast he can do the finger beam is actually still pretty powerful, because it hits you more from behind. So,
maybe make it where it's not as instant.
Targets.
Maybe make it like where it has like a 0.3 second delay. Like it's not like an instant thing, I feel like.
Yeah, it feels painful at times. Like if it's a good freezer.
I lower the HP of the rocks though. I think that's maybe make it where it's like the Bulma capsule. Make it where like they have like a high HP, but like the HP reduces every second that passes.
I'd also increase the cooldown. Like I would increase the cooldown, take it longer to recharge.
Yeah. That's about it though. Oh yeah, but buff Gotenks. Give him the world.
Yeah, make it buff Go. Look,
make it where
can we get both
gets
Fat
like
Boo and Gotenks buffs, please?
Yes.
I know we don't need Fat Boo buffs, but I will always ask for them because I'm greedy and fat.
That's fair.
Like Fat Boo.
Yeah, like I like rubbing my belly every time I eat. I'm like a walrus or a seal. I get food and I'm like, and then I just start tapping my belly.
Now, I know I mentioned him earlier, but can we talk a little about Jiren? I feel like Jiren.
Yeah, we can talk about Jiren before we get
I would personally buff him a little bit because I don't know. It just I don't like how his passive works. Like it feels like your damage reduction drops way too fast.
I think his gauge needs to reduce when you're not in a fight. It doesn't need to go away instantly when you're not in a fight, because it's really stupid that like you're literally not in a fight for like 1 second and boom, you just lost all your damage reduction.
Yeah, as I said earlier, the enemy team could fall over a tiny rock, move backwards 1 step, and suddenly boom, you've lost all your damage reduction.
Right. It's very silly.
Yeah, I would change that, but nothing else. I feel like everything else is really good with him. But yeah. But then you also have the downside of maybe if you make him too much like that, he'll end up like Bardock. But
I mean, at the very least, he has to build it up.
You want to sell him, right?
He could be countered though, because like you can just attack him from behind. And again, his damage reduction literally is just nullified if you are using an obstruction, and like half the game is obstruction. So like
that's basically every character in the game.
Yeah, Goku has like the Kamehameha that's lowering your movement speed. Krillin mines do like 13,000 obstructions. 17 has it where they can do obstructions if you have movement or like the buffs on you. Ultimate Gohan, again, 13,000 obstructions, and it's like even a lot of these DPS. That's also another reason why probably like Big Amas doesn't play that much, is because they literally have no obstructions, but everyone else kind of does.
I got a question about it. I don't know if I've worked this out yet. I don't know if it's been tested, but does Kale work on Jiren as well? Because remember, Kale's attack is like an AoE line. Does that count as a back attack as well if they stood in the AoE? Because I think line-based
it's where the character is placed. So like, let's say that God Goku is facing the Jiren, then he will just have his damage reduction up, from what I've heard.
Okay, I just wanted confirmation on that because I wasn't sure. Like, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And,
All right,
I love Kale as well. Look, I love the Universe 6 girls. I love Kale, Caulifla. I don't mind Kefla, but Kale and Caulifla have always been like my main go-tos, even no matter what the season. So
I get that. Make sure to check out the predictions for our anniversary characters that we hope and we plan to see down in the description. But thank you for joining me, Holified Saiyan. Make sure to go check out their channel because they'll also be like collaborated, so you can just go check out their channel from that as well. But anyways, I hope you all have a great week. Up to see you guys in the next one. Peace.